Alright, we got another opponent here against Smoke. Oh, he's bringing the Smoke. Oh, that's really interesting. We got... Oh, man. I wish I had Farigiraf now. That's okay. We have Chien-Pao, Ogerpon, Landorus, Fluttermane, Entei, and Latias. So, being able to set up Tailwind, rather, and go from there. There doesn't seem to be any immediate Rain Dance users, so it does feel pretty comfortable to use Ninetales. I think the main thing I do need to be mindful of is that I won't naturally just be able to be like, oh, let me fake out Entei, and then Ninetales sets up Aurora Veil. It could set up Aurora Veil still, it's just that Entei might get a KO there. Ooh, I'm excited, yeah. Dax actually, one of his favorites is Glaceon as well, so I'm glad that we get to use one of your favorites in this battle. Araquanid looks solid. I think I need to knock out everything. Well, it's mainly Ogerpon, right? Okay. I think Ninetales and Cinnamore is pretty solid with Araquanid in the back, and then I could potentially use Bolt or Golden Go. I feel like they're gonna have more instances of Bolt than Golden Go. Yes, I'm gonna go with Golden Go here. I do recognize that I made my Entei matchup a little bit harder. And I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Entei for the sake of threatening Ninetales. But Araquanid is actually, oddly enough, a good switching into that. So we can use that to our advantage. So Ogerpon and Latias, actually. So that's good for us. That means we get Aurora Veil pretty safely set up. So I'm down to fire off an Aurora Veil now. And I do want to fake out into Ogerpon for now. Okay, so we're going to see a Terra immediately, which is kind of nice to see. If it's Latias, then I'm not too worried. It's Ogerpon. Okay. That means Ogerpon was trying to go on the offense here, which is helpful. That's fine. With Aurora Veil, I'll be able to take hits a little bit better. And I have Araquanid in the back, too, who can take a hit or two. But yeah, the fact that we're going to get a Fake Out here is totally fine. And I set up Aurora Veil. I would imagine they're going to set up Tailwind, if I'm not mistaken. Latias sets up Tailwind, and Ogerpon will flinch. Cool. Alright, in this case, I'm down to fire off a Moonblast into Latias. And I'm going to go ahead and switch into Araquanid. Alright, Araquanid comes out. Cool. And Latias goes for Mist Ball into Ninetales. Not much damage, but the special attack drop is what I was worried about. If we get Ivy Cudgel into Araquanid, I should take this like a champ. I took it like a champ. And I get to fire off this Moonblast here. Decent damage. Latias is pretty bulky. But now I think I can... that's a good question. I do feel like... I don't want to ignore Ogerpon for too long, so I don't mind splitting my damage this turn, going for Freeze Dry and Bug Bite. Okay, cool. Latias decides to recover, but if Latias reveals something like Citrus Berry, for instance, that would be helpful. I resist. Oh, I take neutral, and I barely took any damage there, which is nice. I'll fire off this Freeze Dry. Probably not going to do too much here. And I get to fire off this Bug Bite too. So, definitely a good amount of damage there. Latias reveals Rocky Helmet. Okay. I'm down for another Aurora, Moonblast. And I'll protect this turn. Just to give me some breathing room. Cool. I wasn't targeting Ogerpon, so I feel okay with that. And Latios goes for another recover, sure. Tailwind's over, so that means my Moonblast can go first. And I honestly don't mind firing off another Bug Bite there. Yeah, it's nasty, but don't worry. There won't be too much recover left over. I took that IV Cudgel pretty well, which is good. And we're gonna fire off this Bug Bite again. Cool. Snow's over, but I still have 3 more turns of Aurora Veil. So I'm gonna go ahead and Moonblast into Latios, and I will use Incineroar to come back in. Excuse me. Ogerpon also being at -2 attack will be really helpful. And it feels like the opponent's trying to stick it in for a while. I think they're fearful of other attacks that I have, so that might indicate, like, maybe they have Landorus in the back or something like that, which will be really helpful in the long run. Oh, okay, follow me. And Latios steps up Tailwind again. Okay, I do feel comfortable firing off a Moonblast here. You know what? I actually would write a Freeze Dry into Ogerpon. And Helping Hand here. Anticipating another Follow Me so Latios can recover again. I feel like they're trying to play this way because they're fearful of... They have Landorus in the back, right? Latios withdraws, which is actually very helpful for us. And Landorus comes out, yep. Yeah, with the Aurora Veil up and at -2, you barely do anything. Okay. You got 2 more turns to Tailwind. Protect here. I'll switch to Araquanid for now. Earth Power Surge. I take that like a champ. And you doubled up. Fine. Aurora Veil's over. But now Ogerpon is at -3. So I'm gonna Ivy Culture into Ogerpon. I'm gonna fake out into Landorus. Okay. That means I'll knock out Latios here. Okay. This next turn will be interesting. Their Tailwind's over, so Latias outspeeds, and they bring out Flutter. Okay. And is it speed or special attack? I think it would be speed, right? Speed, yeah, okay. Okay. Definitely want to protect here. And I think Flare Blitzing into Flutter will be... Flare Blitz Flutter, yeah. Okay. That means Lando either has to commit to... I get Citrus Berry up. So if Lando commits to Sludge Bomb, that means I should KO Flutter here. Committed to Sludge Bomb. Perfect. We don't get the KO on Flutter, though. That hurts. Alright, this is going to be kind of interesting, but I'm actually going to switch in Golden Go. And I'm going to Flare Blitz into Flutter one more time. Oh my goodness, this is definitely a down-to-the-wire game. Okay, Moonblast comes out, but I'm worried that you didn't click Sludge Bomb. Click Sludge Bomb. Okay. We found it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Terra and Ninetales doesn't make sense because it doesn't help me survive Moonblast more. Then against Ogerpon, Ogerpon can't KO 2 Pokemon at once and it's super low on HP. So their best bet would be to probably switch out one of their Pokemon for Ogerpon, in my opinion, to sack it. Whew, man, this is a tough one. Oh my gosh, this is so stressful. Because Landorus has exerted so much offensive pressure. Yeah, and that was honestly one of the toughest things. I was like, alright, we gotta make the call. And unfortunately at this range, Sludge Bomb still would KO Ninetales even with my Terra. If I had like Terra Steel, for instance. Yeah, we're going for Terra Steel. It doesn't improve my survivability against Lando, but in case Flutter decides to use Shadow Ball. There we go. I Freeze Dry, this should be a one-hit KO. Perfect. Alright, we win. Oh, that was this is a game. Let's go. Okay, thank goodness. Oh my gosh. Apollo, we beat the recovery stall. Can we get some hype in the chat for beating the recovery stall? It's not over yet, technically. But oh my goodness. That was definitely a scary turn, but yeah, it was something that had to be done. Oh my gosh, let's go. Oh, I need to get a hype command. We'll get that soon enough. Let's go. We got the Lucarios in the chat. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Yes! The Daxman hype. Okay, so luckily Ogerpon is so low HP anyways. I'm not too worried about it. We basically just want to double up. Just keep on exerting as much offensive pressure as possible. So we're going to go ahead and make it rain. And we're going to go ahead and hit that freeze strike button. Yeah. And Profi, look at that. Your favorite Ninetales got the KO. It won. And we did it. Yes, let's go. The opponent definitely didn't want to move their Latias at all. They wanted to keep Latias on the field as long as possible. And I'm glad that we called it out. So Ninetales, we deliver the smoke. We defeated Smoke. Yes. Oh my gosh. Ninetales did it. That was awesome. Yeah, and like I said, there was no like immediate counter to weather. So Aurora Veil did a great job I was so proud of it. Freeze Dry immediate threat on Landers, on Dragon, on Latios, and on Water Ogerpon. And it was nice that they teared Water Ogerpon immediately. Oh yay! Now everyone gets their Master Rank